think so. I mean, the TOs definitely deserve, all the credit for this year for just carrying all of these, tournaments, Fusion, Collision, and really just, streaming. Even Santa Paws, which you guys can see in, the VODs of Collision. But let's get this started between both of these guys. Deltaforce off, a win at last Fusion last week. And Marcus only got 5th there. So let's see if Marcus can, kind of change that narrative and kind of stop Deltaforce, who's on an absolute run.
Now we'll have to see what Marcus can really do. At the same time, one of the more, unexplored character picks. But we talked about many times before with Deltaforce and how good this Link can be. And great combo sequence by both of them. Both starting out strong, but I love that quick up smash out of shield as a get off me option. Just keep on threatening with the tilts, but at the same time, I mean, it's just the volatility of both these matchups. And there we go, a stock taken that fast.
Yeah, that's the thing with Link, is that even though he can be a volatile and, pretty aggressive character despite being slow, he has so many out-of-shield options that, get him out of situations he doesn't want to be in, like that up B, that Nair. And he actually comes back from that. I'm actually surprised. But no, Deltaforce is able to abuse so many different factors of Link that make him so good and just, kind of become one of the best that New Jersey has to offer.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening, and as well as, Link being able to kind of shift from, like, nice usage of frame data and now maintain that aggression. I love the mash mix-up. Actually threatened to get out early, both of them kind of waiting patiently, but because Marcus swung first, we'll be eating the short end of the stick. And keep in mind, no iron. Gotta get those iron assaultments up on there and threatening with this shield break. I think the second one may have barely broken at that point, but there we go, and now leading into the bomb. Getting more plus frames in this interaction, and Deltaforce is out there. I thought that was going to be an up smash read, but unfortunately, Captain Hindsight rearing their ugly head as Marcus is trying to find some way to end this stock.
Yeah, it's so difficult. I mean, Steve, it tends to be, very notorious for, building up a wall, kind of being able to zone out your opponent. But the thing is that with all the Links, really, is that they have so many different tools that break those blocks so easily. Like Bomb, like Nair, forward air. Even arrows can do the trick. And right now, you're seeing that as Deltaforce is just using all of his projectiles, playing the zoning game against Steve, which, unironically, sometimes you don't want to do, but Deltaforce is, able to abuse the fact that maybe Marcus isn't well, trained with Steve.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a big mistake against Deltaforce, who, like you said, last time won it, and this time sitting comfortably. Great kill throw utilizing. And keep in mind, Deltaforce has only taken about 100. Okay, well,
and now
maybe I shouldn't have said anything. That's fine. I get it.
But finally, with Diamond on deck, I mean, Marcus has definitely turned this around because Steve is such a good comeback character, especially with a lot of the jank that he has to offer. But I mean, Deltaforce has quite a buffer, so he can definitely work around this, but huge combo, gets that minecart off, gotta watch out for down tilt, able to avoid that and come back safe.
Oh, that did so much damage. Like you said earlier, a comeback character is definitely one of the ways you can categorize what Steve can potentially do, as well as the Heartbreaker character, and as well as the Seed Destroyer, especially when you don't know if they're playing Steve. But at the same time, Marcus is doing a good job trying to make this comeback happen, but at the same force, Deltaforce kinda sticking to their... That was an unusual case of snapback, unfortunately, or could have been misinput, but let's go ahead and give it the benefit of the doubt. Deltaforce still maintaining this lead, but the thing is that, I mean, Marcus just keep on threatening with these things, and even that foot still coming into play, but a broken pickaxe, Marcus is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, of course he does have Diamond on deck, but so long as Deltaforce keeps this pressure up, like you see, he's not letting Marcus build at all, not letting him land. That's not gonna kill just yet. But the up B trying to catch doesn't scoop up Marcus. And Marcus, you gotta somehow mine. You gotta get your diamond as soon as possible. But Deltaforce, again, just relentless pressure is not allowing Marcus any time to breathe whatsoever. And this could eventually end in a stock if Deltaforce finds a final blow.
That could almost comboed into the bomb, but at the same time, diamonds are available. It's just that getting it on there barely once again the mix up with the up the out of nowhere. No stock taken though. So Deltaforce staying alive and inching that bomb closer. It was so close to landing and finding its mark. That should be an upper VI check. Yeah, not ready for that one. Deltaforce taking that with a very commanding lead and honestly some textbook anti-Steve gameplay on show.
No, absolutely. I mean, staying back when Marcus was kind of just trying to mine and get all of his materials up, as well as playing super aggressive, kind of was the name of the game for Deltaforce, and it worked wonders. I mean, again, like there's so many tools that Link has to just kind of be able to break out those blocks, and that really prevents Steve from playing their game. And I love that play, really, with the bomb just going under, because Link, of course, we know that the remote bomb doesn't explode immediately when it hits the ground, and so all these setups are kind of applying even more pressure in Deltaforce's favor.
Wow. That's the game.
Wow!
Wow.
No!
Hey, nice job winning game number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with this number 9, and that is one definite way to start off your momentum in the game number 2. Clapping back immediately, even using the chef. That could have been another side beat, but no 9. Did not refresh it out on there, but immediate different change.
Oh my god!
2 stocks have been absolutely eviscerated in about 40 seconds. My goodness. Game & Watch, any percent speedrun against Link? My goodness.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of surprised that Marcus didn't go with Game & Watch initially, because Bucket plays such a big role. We almost saw a minute 3 stock right there if the 9 did connect. But I'm really surprised that, you know, oh my god, no way. Oh, dude, this is crazy. Marcus is on an absolute tear right now. As the up smash doesn't connect. But he's so close to getting the stock.
I also loved how fast that mash was. That it showed that Deltaforce was mixing up the mash timing. Like, that's exactly what happened on there, and just trying to take the stock, honestly. But if you're Deltaforce, look, the comeback is greater than the setback. But if I'm a normal person, maybe I'm not Deltaforce, I'm thinking about the next game. And even using the bomb recovery, 143%, Game Watch could just basically sneeze on you at this point, and your stock is just going to be taken instantly. But Marcus, holding on for dear life as Deltaforce is trying to make something happen. But I think what's really obvious here, the tier difference is crazy, is it not? Like, I know Steve is there, but like, at least you have to put the game plan there. Marcus was able to get a lead in such a short amount of time. Being able to stop this momentum is just such a big chore to do. And honestly, Deltaforce gonna go ahead and try to do something with it. Finally gets the stock. You know, do you believe in miracles? Because there's definitely some. I mean, you got the Christmas cheer for goodness sake, but at the same time, Game & Watch, that's literally a bag of coal. Literally a bag of coal.
Yeah, back to the drawing board for Deltaforce, because, I mean, with all due respect, right, that was kind of devastating. That Marcus kind of just switched, and in one conversion, got a huge combo off, and then was able to kind of just connect into that 9 and get that win. And that's the thing that really causes a lot of players to kind of play bad. And like you said before, Deltaforce really thinking about the next game because of how mentally draining that game was. When you lose 2 stocks in a matter of not even 40 seconds in the second game, that's very, very scary, because now you're like, okay, well, I mean, sure, I won the first game, but now I have to deal with another game against Marcus's Game & Watch. I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah, and Marcus will have to see what he can do as well going against this, and already starting off strong with getting a small lead, but that is, I mean, that's kind of what Game Watch does. You're guaranteed to get damage sequences from a stray hit or a stray grab. We'll have to see what Deltaforce can do. The counter pick, I do like it, giving you some more maneuverability around there, but this hammer has been constantly putting down its judgment, and Deltaforce has been unable to escape its wrath. And wow, almost dies up there. Great mix-up you have to use in the bomb. You just have to do it. You can't let Game & Watch just threaten with an uppy or as well as a back air off the side of the stage. It's just Town City after all. It's your counter pick, but Marcus could just care less.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I like about Marcus, is even though he has that ability to play aggressive, he's not afraid to play, you know, very patient and slow. And I mean, you're seeing in, you know, in full color right now as Marcus just waiting out for that one option that Deltaforce does incorrectly, or whenever he pulls the trigger too soon, because like that right there, right? Good punish. Sees that Deltaforce was getting a little bit too, you know, impatient with getting the kill. Finally gets it with that forward air, but trying to scoop with the uppy and then punishing accordingly. That's what Marcus is so good at, being able to just read out every option possible. The patience is absolutely immaculate for both players, but I think Marcus has more mental strength than Deltaforce right now.
And I mean, that's the thing is you always have to be mentally ready to go against Game Watch or Steve. Both are those characters that kind of get that negative stigma for a good reason and how their gameplay goes. But Deltaforce, that's what you signed up for. Kind of playing in these tournaments, especially when you want to win out against Marcus. Both of them having a little bit of back and forth. I love that little boomerang, able to cover it on that tech option. So both of them are zooming back to the neutral, but I really love how Marcus is actually consistently trying to play around the bomb by grabbing it as an item, as Deltaforce has been really good at kind of playing around it. But wow, look at this damage quickly stacking up fast, and you have to be so careful. Your Deltaforce cannot do the bomb recovery, but barely makes it out there, but their jump is going to get searched out. Oh my goodness, a miracle that it did not send up to the left side.
If that would have been certain death for Deltaforce. But, I mean, you're kind of... Never mind. I was going to say something, and then I immediately shut up. But the thing is with Marcus is that he's actually able to play neutral with this character that really benefits off of, you know, getting off a conversion, getting, you know, advantage. Like you see right there with the Nair into these backers, looking for the up B. Gets the jump read, and I think that's lights out. No, it's not. Misses the down air. And Deltaforce still hanging on a wire, his winner's side. A bracket run, the Marcus on such momentum right now. Oh, misses the air dodge read.
Yeah, just clinging on for dear life. My goodness. And needs to go ahead and try to do something with it. Oh my goodness.
That might be it.
The dash tech as well. Wow.
What a recovery.
Escape it. My goodness. But here's the thing. It's like Sisyphus Rock. Like, congratulations. You got out. But now you have to try it again and again. And you have a whole huge deficit to work with, and Marcus is probably just gonna go ahead and just try to close this out because it's so easy to do so. But now the stock count is evened up. The percent surely are. If Deltaforce wants to make a miracle happen, it has to be now.
Yeah, the odds are stacked against Deltaforce, but I mean, you kind of just gotta play defensive, right? And it's difficult because Bucket is an option that Game & Watch has to reflect all these projectiles. But Deltaforce, I mean, all he really needs to do is play super careful, not really approach. Kind of force Marcus to come in, go for those upbeats out of shield, and get these punishes. You're seeing a lot of damage coming out, and that's the thing that Link can do. He can kill, he can do a lot of damage. Off a straight hit! But speaking of straight hit, it's not going to kill just yet, but you're off stage, somewhere you don't want to be as this Link.
Threatening with it, and the up B as well. The eject button utilized. Wow, grabbing the wrong direction. Deltaforce, a lot of rage on this Link. Boomerangs come back after all, and they've got your back at this point. The Nair, strong enough to go through two of the things.
What an up B!
Hero spin, able to make it back on successfully. Marcus trying to find somebody close out there, but honestly, it's been so tied up. Deltaforce threatening with an option. Marcus is playing real nervous. The dash attack, both of them clash against each other. And now the up air is coming out on there. Up B doesn't kill as well. The Nair fighting his laser in there.
No! Oh my god, dude. That fear factor that Game & Watch sets in when it comes to coming back on the stage really set Deltaforce off and kind of forced him to drift a little bit too far to the right and ultimately lose that stock in such a close match. I mean, Deltaforce had that comeback, right? It was kind of his game to win at that point if Marcus wasn't able to close it out, but Marcus showing why he's number 2 seed, why he was number 1 seed last time around, and making sure that everyone knows his throne is waiting for him. That seat is warm for him, and if it's at the expense of Deltaforce, it does not matter.
Yeah, some real good stuff on there. It was the clutch factor. I mean, the Steve didn't work out there, but it was honestly, it wasn't that Marcus wasn't too, like, good on it. It was more so Deltaforce just kind of showed exactly what you have to do in the counterplay, but the momentum shift is crazy. Like, every single time Deltaforce gets cheese something, literally just looks to the right and says, what happened? Like, look at this. Ready? Gonna get their stock taken real soon with this bomb and looks to the right. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what you just gotta have to do, because like you have to look to your right, because like this Game Watch just left you in shambles. My goodness.
I know. And I mean, you can't really look at the guy that really like that killed you, right? It's just like, if you look at him, it's just like, that feels awkward. But again, really, really good stuff from Marcus to flip the switch. That switch of character kind of, you know, helps out a lot of players mix up their different options, because although his Steve didn't do the trick, when he switched to Game & Watch, you can be as ready as possible, but you're not used to that Game & Watch, you know? And so Marcus was kind of able to play around that, win this game, albeit very, very close, despite a very commanding lead from Marcus. So that's just kudos to Deltaforce, right? Right there, unfortunate stuff. He knew that dash attack was coming out, but nothing was gonna save him there. So unfortunate, but really, really good set from both of those guys. And that's top 8 for you. If you guys are new here to these streams and don't know what Tri-State's all about, well, there you go. That's a perfect representation